All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our little venture into space. As far as I know from CCP Guard, who we had on yesterday, there's going to be more adventures, hopefully until we build a space station somewhere.
It'll happen.
It'll happen one day. All right, so we have Hilmar here for a little bit longer, and we have 5 more minutes until the next match comes up. So we have time for a few more questions. Michael Bolton, I rudely interrupted you.
Why? It's all right. Don't worry.
All right.
I feel so. We talked about the difference between PS3 and PC and choosing to go with PS3 for Dust 514. And you also chose to go with a free-to-play model for Dust 514, other games being free-to-play, like the very popular League of Legends or World of Tanks. Why did you guys choose to go with free-to-play over a traditional subscription or $60 and you get the game sort of set up?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it was about the accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the most accessible game is a free game. You just download and start to play, and then all purchases are optional after that. So that was the initial driver behind it. And of course, when we started doing this was probably in 2005, sort of 5, 6, then free-to-play was really really only popular in Asia. So we had a lot of pushback from all over. Will this really work in the West? Will this really work with a game like this? Will this work on console? Is it even allowed? And for sure, we had to work a lot with Sony to figure out how you bring that model over to the PlayStation 3. But since then, obviously, League of Legends, World of Tanks, all the free-to-play games have obviously proven that this is just as popular worldwide as it is or has been in Asia. So there's been a lot of validation of that sort of initial thinking, and no one really sees that as any sort of risk to the project even anymore. Of course, I mean, making a game so that it is monetizing and it is a good business, and managing the whole sort of pay-to-win dynamics is an ongoing challenge. But I think we've arrived at a pretty robust solution.
So your answers to both of our questions so far has been you went with the PlayStation 3 to get a totally different market segment. You want to have as many new players as possible. You're going with free-to-play to make it as accessible as possible. You want as many people able to play it as you can get. But do you think that these people will come into our spaceship world and stay in the spaceship world? And if not just play Dust, they may come play Eve with us too.
So over the years of operating Eve, sort of over the past 10 years, we've added a lot to the game. I mean, the game initially, when it released in 2003, was very sort of bare bones. Since then, there have been hundreds of people which have added their sort of mark on Eve, and Eve is now very big. There's a lot of things to do in it. Not even an average Eve player manages to play all of Eve. I mean, playing all of Eve is probably an impossible proposition by now. So people already are specializing inside of Eve, and they choose multiple roles. So you can be, I mean, alliance, warfare, strategician, you can be a fighter on the ground, or sort of a troop in the warfare, you can be mining, you can do all the things in Eve. And instead of like adding yet another role to, now you have to play that role to also sort of participate the whole of the Eve universe, so to speak, then okay, let's isolate one of the roles out, put it into a special client on a special platform. Now you can participate in the politics, in the grander scheme of the Eve universe, without having to like play all the different aspects of the game. And I think we will see more and more as we go into the second decade of Eve, of not trying to cram everything into the same client, but have these sort of experiences which add value to the grander whole and are held together through alliances, corporations, through events like this. And that builds up a much more interesting sort of society than having to force everyone to do everything in the game. So whether people will cross-play from Dust to Eve or from Eve to Dust, I mean, it's almost just like asking, okay, how many roles do you play within the Eve client already? So I would rather look at it like that. So this is more just another gateway into the universe. Already there are multiple gateways, that just so happen to be in the same client. But now we have another gateway and another platform and another business model. And I think the future will bring more sort of these type of approaches rather than just to make the client thicker and thicker and bigger and bigger and more complicated.
So what you're hoping is that without directly bringing them into EVE. You're hoping to enrich the EVE universe in their own special
That's
way.
true. I think we might have to interrupt you here. I'm sorry. I just keep interrupting you guys. I feel
It's okay.
terrible.
It's your
All
job.
right. So we are in the semifinals. We are about to find a finalist. It is Hun Reloaded versus PL. This is a monster of a game. We can see both of the teams up here. Hun Reloaded, undefeated. They've brought the same setup for what looks like 8 matches and won all of them. Of course, we have a standing bet whether or not Hun Reloaded will bring Vargers and PL bringing their Widows. I might end up with my collars popped. Michael Bolton might end up with a shaved mustache.
Either way, we all win.
We all win. Pandemic Legion, of course, having that one loss against Road Capel, which was also one of the better matches we've seen in this tournament. In my opinion, this is the 2 strongest teams in the tournament.
I think so. I think this could be, whoever goes on to the finals, I think this could be seen as the most competitive of all the matches
Mhm.
we're going to have in the whole tournament. It's
Also,
a big one. I'm nervous.
the only 2 tournament winners left, Hun Reloaded's won it once, Pandemic Legion's won it 3 times, and I suspect one of these teams might have another victory coming for them. It's going to be
One would
it's going to
hope.
be fairly amazing.
I can't wait for it. Ooh, on the edge of my seat. I want to see your collar popped. Or your mustache gone. Either way, I can't wait.
All right, well,
Is it going to stay popped or?
it's going to stay popped the rest of the evening if I lose this one.
Okay.
The rest of the week.
I'll do it the rest of the week. All right, Michael Bolton, who do you think is going to win this one?
I think Pandemic Legion is going to win this one.
I'll have a coin to flip. I'm going to go with PL.
PL for me.
All right. Well, I had Hun Reloaded to win this entire tournament. My caveat to that is going to be if PL bring the Widows and Hun Reloaded bring the same setup, the Vargers setup, I think PL is going to win it.